request takeoff, but he gets no answer. Under Terenzio's pressure, the plane takes off anyway. Once it's stable, Mathieu demands an explanation, and Terenzio insists he's a NATO officer. He only knows that the sunlight will kill them all, and that's why Asia and the Americas have already been affected. Terenzio wants them to confirm the story on the radio, but he accidentally destroyed it when he shot. He still demands Mathieu to keep going west without stopping. In the meantime, the passengers don't have Wi-Fi even though the tickets included the service, and Ines wonders if this is connected to what happened to her friend. Rick still thinks Nabil is suspicious, so he silently gives Gabrielle a note saying that Nabil is a terrorist, and she warns Jakub. In the cockpit, Mathieu is bleeding heavily and Sylvie convinces Terenzio to let her look for a doctor. Laura volunteers because she's a healthcare aide and she's brought to the cabin too. While she checks the wound, Mathieu convinces Terenzio to let him talk to the passengers. Using the announcement system, Mathieu lies to avoid panic, saying that Terenzio will leave at the next airport and that they'll fly to Moscow without him. While Terenzio goes to the cabin, Sylvie proposes to land at the international airport in Iceland and Mathieu agrees, saying the presence of an unknown plane will get the attention of the authorities. Laura has cleaned Mathieu's hand, but she has no tools to close the wound, so they heat up a knife to cauterize it. In the cabin, Terenzio argues with the passengers and loses his mind, but they shut up when they hear Mathieu scream. Meanwhile, Horst asks Gabrielle about the Wi-Fi and she says it's been broken all week. When Laura returns to the cabin, she and Ayaz admit to each other that they heard something about the sun. Suddenly Nabil starts coughing like crazy and Laura wants to help him. When Terenzio tries to stop them from moving, Ayaz uses the chance to disarm him and makes Gabrielle lock him up in the bathroom. Then Ayaz threatens Mathieu, demanding the truth. Mathieu explains he lied to trick Terenzio and that they're actually going to Iceland where the authorities can arrest him. This story is believed and Ayaz hands over the weapon, which Jakub puts away. Moments later, the plane is getting closer to Iceland. The radio still isn't working, so Mathieu decides to fly above the airport to check the situation before landing. To his shock, the whole area is on fire and there are desperate people trying to